One of the things that's really challenging is keeping up with yourself. It's kind of like if you're not everywhere at once, then no one's going to know who you are or what you're doing, and it's not going to do you any good. But at the same time, you don't want to kill yourself, and you want to save yourself so you can make more great music. So it's kind of a balance. It's constantly a balance. I guess I always feel pressure now, since we made a first album that I like a lot, and it did really well, and now we're working on the new album. There's a lot of fear there that even though I like it even more by far than the first album, that everybody won't like it as much because it's a little different and whatever. There's, it's always a challenge to remember, and not for me, I guess. I always want to write for me and not think of what somebody else is going to think. I always want to write music that I love, and that's the point, and if I love it, surely somebody else is going to love it. I guess the challenge is just dealing with it when, a lot of times people don't get it. Usually what I'm thinking about when I'm writing a song is just way deep. I mean, I'm trying to go like subconscious deep, you just start trying to, not just writing music, but especially in the lyric writing, the feelings that, that I have about big events in my life and things that I'm going through right now. It's very personal to me. Mostly, I guess, I'm kind of thinking about myself and trying to express myself. It's my therapy. That's what I always say, is my music is my therapy. It lets me get everything out, and especially the bad things. I think a lot of people think our music is really dark, and I guess, yeah, in some ways it is, because to get those dark things and the anger and the bitterness and all the sadness and everything that I have, to get it out and put it into a piece of music and make it into something beautiful is, I don't know, some kind of awesome release. I used to want to be a doctor, like I used to want to be a veterinarian, and then I started thinking I wanted to be a social worker. There was a long time in my life where I never thought I would grow up to be a singer. Like, I at least thought, I've always loved music, number one, and I thought that I would write music possibly for movies or whatever, for other people to sing, and naturally you just start singing them yourself because you're the one who's there. And it's worked for me, and I actually love singing, and I love doing what I do. But I could easily, if I went mute, I'd go painter, I'd go artist, I'd start doing visual art. I can't help that I want to create things, it's just the way I am. Or write stories. I love, I don't know, when I was younger I used to do so much silly stuff because I had more time on my hands just to do nothing. So I'd sit in art class and like make pop-up books, and just always just my hands are moving. I've really learned there's a lot I want to do with my life, a lot. I have a lot of goals. This band and doing what we've done so far and more with it is just one out of like 10 different things that I really want to do with my life and that I will do. I'm determined. I go for my goals. But I love this band and I want to do it for a while. But yeah, at the same time, I want to write and direct a film. I want to, I want to play Christine in Phantom of the Opera. I want to be an awesome mother. I want to, I don't know. There's so many things. There's like a million different things, and I will reach my goals. I have to. What I've learned from between the last album and now, I've learned so much. It's mostly just about myself. I mean, it's all a personal journey for me. My work is my personal life, kind of. I mean, it's about me, and it's about expressing myself. So I've learned a lot in the past few years. I mean, I'm 23, I'm growing up, I'm going through a lot of things for the first time, learning to say no, a lot, and not give so much of myself to everyone, and try to save some for me. That's hard. That's always been hard for me. I don't know, it's so much. I feel like I'm in a therapy session. What am I saying? Yeah, I've learned a lot, but I guess mostly what I've learned is that I'm always learning. I'm always growing and always learning, and it's never going to stop, I don't think. I think until I die, like, I'm going to continue to change and learn, and that's great. Mostly I play, when I sit at the piano, just play around, play whatever, just whatever comes out of my head. But actually, Mozart is like probably my favorite artist of all time. So, and I guess I started classically training when I was like 9 or 10. And loved it. Like, really thought I'm going to be a concert pianist, and all this stuff. And I'm really not that good now because I haven't practiced and kept it up. But I was at a point where I was practicing like an hour or two a day when we'd be really delving into Beethoven and Mozart and Czerny and all this other stuff. So I love classical music. I like to sit down and play Beethoven and Mozart. There's quite a few things I like.
What's one of your favorite Mozart pieces?
My favorite Mozart piece is the Requiem, the piece that he wrote, that he drove himself crazy writing and died. I'm dramatic like that. Right before I get on stage, it's I've warmed up my voice. We're all standing there, getting ready to go on, and just kind of everybody's still like stretching, getting ready. I don't know. You just kind of, it's weird. Like as much getting ready as you can do and warming up and putting on what you want to look like, whatever. It's, you get on that stage and you just transform. The music kind of takes you over. And
when the concert's over, do you feel like collapsing or partying?
Collapsing, usually. Usually when it's over, I feel like collapsing. Usually when it's over, no, not really. I mean, you feel like collapsing, I need a shower, you know, those kind of feelings, but then we usually go out and party right after that.
Have you ever had stage fright?
Yes, I have definitely had stage fright. Today I had stage fright talking to a room full of people listening to me talk about my brother's experience. It was really hard. A lot harder than being at Rack 'em Ring in front of 50,000 people. I love to do a lot of things. I love to paint. I don't think a lot of people know that I'm a painter. My house is full of my paintings. I've never really showed anybody like in a public way. I think it'd be really cool too one day, you know, have an art show or something. I don't know.
What are they like?
It's hard to describe. It's half fantasy or abstract or whatever you want to call it, and half real. It's the same way that I do my music, really. It's not that much different. I just pour my feelings into a picture, like you're trying to make a picture of your heart. And I don't know how to describe them other than that. They're just emotional for me. It's just my release.